Beacon.
Mayor of Bethlehem runs for re-election. He promises a camel in every garage and fig on every leaf. Extra, extra! Exclusive pictures of a two-headed chicken who tried to eat Bethlehem. Read it now. Stop reading those papers and get to work. We got to get tomorrow's edition out today. Hurry, hurry, hurry!
All over everything, night and day. That's all they want. Blood and sweat is all I have to give. Never even time for me to play. Hardly even time for me to pray. Looking out for a bright glorious day. When will something better come our way? Woo, Precious, we got them around here! Pen and ink, that's what I'm pushing here. Get to work, it's all they say. You're too slow, it's all I ever hear. Pen and ink is all I've ever known. Work my fingers straight to the bone. Wish I had a life to call my own. When will they invent a telephone? Work the presses faster, faster. 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 Work the presses There must be a better Looking out for a bright and glorious day. When will something better come our way? When will something better come
Okay, gang, time for a staff meeting. So, what do you got? What do you got? People, you gotta give me something I can use. Sally O'Callahan?
Well, Mrs. Weathers, for this week's social column, I'm working on a story on how to dress up your Adobe for out-of-town guests. With all these people coming to Bethlehem for the census, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of entertaining going on. So I'm working on a clever pattern for turning camel hair into tasteful holiday placemats. It's a good thing.
Good grief! How about you, Rock? Isn't there something new and exciting to report in the sports section this week? Anything's better than the piece you did last week on the Gladiators versus the Lions.
So few of them got mauled, but it was a good game.
Not for the Gladiators. Howie Goose Scoop, what do you got?
Well, Miss Weathers, being that I'm a beginner and only part-time here and have to spend every night moonlighting as a shepherd,
Yeah, I know, but what do you got?
it's just that it's harder to find any breaking news these days. There's not a lot that happens out there in those pastures other than a lot of counting and shearing.
What about tracking down that two-headed chicken I've heard about? Or getting the lowdown on Caesar's census?
Gee, I don't know, Mrs. Weathers. Everybody's so annoyed by this whole census thing that I'm not sure we should bring any more attention to it. Even the sheep are tired of being counted.
Rock's right. With all these people flocking into Bethlehem, it's hard for people to find a decent place to stay or a quality restaurant to eat in. As a socialite and part-time food critic, I say this whole census thing is terribly tasteless.
This census is unsportsmanlike.
This census is silly.
This census is senseless. All this counting's causing quite a fuss. Reminds me of a former exodus. Counting is a job to do. I hope that I can count on you. Eating up my trusty abacus. All this counting's causing quite a rout. Calculating every sheep and cow. One by one and two by two. Wow, population grew. What was Caesar thinking anyhow? Senseless, taking the census. You can count on it to make me lose my mind. Senseless, taking the census. Counting folks that I can't even find. All this counting's causing quite a fuss. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But is a minus each of us. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Every day the numbers greater. Wait, I need a calculator. Heating up my trusty abacus. Don't move. Senseless, taking the census. You can count on it to make me lose my mind. Senseless, taking the census. Counting folks that I can't even find. Get in line. Now there's more to get in there. Now there's more to triple it. Wait, how many twos do you have?
Census or not, people, this census seems to be the only story in town. And because that other newspaper across the street has made their #1 story all month, their circulation is an all-time high and ours is an all-time low.
Yeah, that Eastern Inquirer is horrible. Here's both of them in their silly headlines.
I want to know, did you see the headline last week? 3 times camel claims to swallowed Alama whole?
Or the one the week before. Alien claims she was kidnapped by a shepherd.
I want to know.
Sally, this is serious. Look, our only chance to beat the Inquirer is to find better stories than they do. We've got to get out there and dig up some new and exciting news, or the Bethlehem Chronicles is history.
What?
I can't do it.
I'm afraid you've heard me right. If this next issue doesn't sell, our doors will be closed forever. So go for it and report. You know our slogan.
Miss, we don't have a slogan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew I was forgetting something. Well, anyway, just get to work.
This sounds serious. Well, I guess I need to go out there and save this paper. And society. Ta-ta! Well, I guess it's time for me to clock in with the other shepherds for my other job. Good luck finding a great story, Rock.
Don't worry about me, kid. My name's not Rock Gibraltar for nothing. I've got a lead on National 203. I'm going to call it Gladiator Gluttony. See ya, kid.
Well, I guess it's also up to me to get out there and see what I can dig up. There's bound to be plenty of dirt in the pasture with the sheep. Yes, you guys need to help me find a great story. So that's the story, guys. See, the find a great story around history.
This is really...
If you didn't have to spend so much time watching sheep, I'm sure you could come up with a great story. And Mrs. Weathers wouldn't be so...
There has to be a story bigger and better than the sensational, silly, and senseless sentence that you could write about and make everybody very glad.
Those sheep sure are smart.
Wouldn't it be great if the story you're looking for turned out to be that the Messiah finally came to us?
Yeah,
Just like the prophets have talked about for years.
what a headline.
God sends the light of the world to set people free. Even the sheep rejoiced.
That really would be wonderful. If only the Messiah would appear and make sense of all that's going on in the world. If only the wintry light would shine on us. That really would be the greatest story anybody could ever tell.